just lost in top 4, so.
Yep.
Oh, they're using their own mats in top 2 here. We have Ethan using his mat.
Spencer.
Ian is using the
Oh,
mat that he won top 2 at Worlds like about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then Spencer's using his top 8 mat he won like last month, so. Or
Both
2
good
months ago.
Both good accomplishments.
Yeah. Both definitely two of the top seniors in the area, so 2 to watch out for.
We do have access to Ian Robb's deck, as I played the same deck myself. It is a Vileplume box deck, and as you saw before, the other deck was a Zork Vespiquen deck. And
So.
I think this matchup basically comes down to whoever wins the coin flip mostly. And
Yeah, mostly it's whoever wins the coin flip, and if the Vespiquen player is able to burn enough resources throughout the first turn, so they don't dead draw the rest of the match.
yeah, so we'll see if
Looks like it looks like Spencer's going first here.
Ooh, this is big. I think when I played against him, I'm playing the same deck as Ian, and it was so much better to go. It would have been so much better to go first, and he destroyed me. And Ian Robb has a rough start there, unknown.
Yeah, you never want to start unknown with any deck. Because typically you don't want to waste an entire float stone to retreat it and then have to discard it for the 1 card. So typically you will have to let it be knocked out, which is really rough for this player, being that you don't have as much draw support.
These two players are good friends, making jokes the whole way.
Yeah. So Spencer actually does put down the bursting balloon turn 1, just in case Ian has an out to like possibly an Invettle or, well, that kind of attack, but possibly like an out to something.
He could also just be sycamoring.
Yeah, true.
I did not see what was in his hands. We do not know for sure. Acrobike. Alright.
It looks like he has the VS Secret, but I don't think the Sycamore's in the discard.
That looks like an Ultra Ball and, a Vespiquen as the.
He drops the Vespiquen. That might be rough. I don't know if he has the Forest to get the turn 1 Vespiquen.
He has a Revitalizer in his deck, though.
Oh, yeah, true. So it's not necessarily too bad discarding it.
Yeah, shouldn't not cause him much trouble.
Yeah. So let's see, he's dropping another Zoroark. Those Zoroarks can be really helpful if Ian happens to bench a lot of Pokemon throughout the game.
Yeah, Ian's playing a Vileplume deck, so he's usually going to play down a lot of Shamans, so his bench will probably be full.
Yeah, but if you're Ian, you kind of want to avoid playing. You want to play as many or as little Shamans as possible, just like naturally with any deck, so they're not easy Lysander targets that your opponent can take hold of late game.
Agreed, yeah.
So, looks like, he's playing the Revitalizer already. He did get the Force, and he has 2 Vespiquens out on the first turn. That's really strong on Spencer's part.
Very big. All right.
Okay, so let's see here. He grabs the Ultra Ball and plays down a Shaman. 5 cards, I believe. It's gonna hurt him though, because Ian can, if he happens to get a Jolteon out, he can definitely take advantage of those Shamans late game.
Yeah. One thing I noticed that Spencer's been doing a lot is playing down tons of Shamans and other cards like that, and is drawing till a very low deck size.
Yeah, but late game Spencer might actually start Shaman looping.
Yeah.
If he runs into a Glaceon or something, and Ian has both Jolteons in the discard.
He does. Wait, who does?
No, I was saying if late.
Oh,
game.
yes.
So let's see here. He's Ultra Balling away an N and a VS Seeker. 2 resources that could be valuable if necessarily Ian does or doesn't get the Vileplume.
Yeah. So the N could actually have been somewhat major because of his low deck size. Oh, but he's just
Yeah.
via securing something back. All right.
Yeah, but ends are very, very valuable in this game, being that both players will mill a lot, so they're going to need the ends late game to increase their deck size.
Yeah. I saw a bursting balloon in hand. I don't know if he's going to play it.
Yeah. He's attaching the DCE to the bench Zorua, just because the active one has the chance of getting knocked out.
Just
So
in case.
the DCEs are very valuable to him. So
Oh, it looks like Ian started his turn. That looked like some confusion. Discarding a DC, that's kind of rough, but...
yeah, he has another one in hand, however.
Oh,
But
okay.
keeping the Vile Plume or discarding the Vile Plume. Do you know if he plays Revitalizer in his list?
He does not play Revitalizer, no.
Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be crucial. He does not want to discard Vile Plumes.
Yeah, that's... Well, I know that he plays 3 Vileplumes, though, so I don't think he wants all 3 copies. But, I don't know.
Yeah. It depends. He looked through his deck. Maybe he has 1 or 2 prized, you know?
Yeah, he could.
So it looks like he's going to Sycamore here. Or, no, he's grabbing the Sycamore off the trainer's mail. So he's just shuffling up. Do you see what Spencer has in his hand?
He has a Bursting Balloon, a Professor Sycamore, and 1 unknown card.
Okay, so he might have an out to a Zoroark next turn.
Ooh,
but
that was
we're
a
not
rough
quite sure.
Sycamore.
Oh yeah, he discarded it. Didn't he discard like a whole Vileplume line?
Not a whole Vileplume line. He discarded a Gloom, a Vileplume, and I think it might have been 2 Rainbow Energy.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be really rough
Ooh,
for
and
him.
he attached the DC to the unknown.
Oh, okay, that's really rough on Ian's part, and he dropped another one. So
Yeah, this seems like...
I think he's burning through too many resources.
And losing his energy attachment. Spencer can just attach 1 energy in the attack, but most of Ian's Pokemon have to attach 2, and wasting your first turn one is going to be very difficult.
Yeah. So yeah, what is Ian gonna really do here? Hidden power for 10. That whopping 10 damage.
10 damage.
Oh, but he does get the Oddish out. So
The Oddish, I don't know. The one thing I saw was Spencer isn't too effective after getting item locked off of on turn 2, because he also kind of went off a little bit on turn 1. So.
he didn't play enough item cards as I think he would have liked to.
Yeah.
So he might be dead drawing if Ian happens to get this Vileplume out.
True.
Oh, he does. He is able to retreat the unknown, but he just has a lone Jolteon up. That won't be too helpful in the matchup.
I wonder why he attached the double colorless energy if it has a float stone on it.
I think he did it before he Sycamored.
Oh, he could have. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because that was his only Pokemon. Otherwise, it would have just been discarded.
Yeah, so.
Oh, yeah, he also plays Ninja Boy.
Oh, yeah, he plays Ninja Boy as well, so that could come in handy late game with possibly an Yveltal or a Glaceon.
Glaceon's key in this matchup, yeah.
Yeah, as you might have seen in the last game, Glaceon's very important. So let's see, what does it look like? It looks like Spencer's going to attach the Bursting Balloon to his Zoroark, and Sycamore, so. He's getting down to not that many cards in his deck. That could favor Ian in this matchup.
Yeah, he might have to watch out for that. So, I can't tell exactly, but it does look pretty low. He's played a lot of cards. I don't think he should overcommit too much.
Yeah, he doesn't want to overcommit. It looks like he only has about 10 cards left in his deck, so.
When he's searching through, he might get better.
He's searching through. Yeah, it looks like about 10 to 12, possibly 15.
I think I saw like around 15.
Yeah. So he grabs the Zoroark here. That can definitely give him an out to like possibly stand in retreating, so he can put up any Pokemon he likes throughout the game.
Stand-in is pretty big when it comes to the Glaceon.
Yeah, and if those of you remember the days of Keldeo EX, you know how powerful this ability is to be able to bring up anything, bring up that Pokemon, and if you have like a float stone, you can retreat to anything you want.
So a nice 100 damage comes through here.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard. He's putting a lot of pressure on Ian here to be able to get some sort of out to this madness that Spencer has done.
Another thing Ian cannot do is possibly attack with Jolteon, which does not seem like a favorable option, but it completely rules it out because of Bursting Balloon, and that would just knock it out.
Yeah, true. So he cannot attack with Jolteon this turn, and
Yeah.
or it would be knocked out. He can't go for a Swift or anything. Yeah, and he doesn't want a hidden power with Unknown here, because that would knock out the Unknown. So, and
Also, it does look like he's not going to be able to attack with Glaceon this turn because, oh, and he attached another DC to Shaman. Oh, this is so rough for Ian.
is Ian gonna have to be the one that's like Shaman looping now? But it won't be that helpful in this
'Cause,
matchup.
yeah, eventually Vespiquen can just one-hit the Shaman. And it might
Yeah,
be
I
able to
don't
just do
I
it
don't know
now.
if Ian has an out to Vileplume either. That means Spencer will most likely be able to continue to play his items. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what he hit off the trainer's mail, but yeah.
I did see a lightning energy in his hand.
Okay. So, yeah, he could possibly attach the lightning energy in a future turn to either Unknown or Shaman and go for a Ninja Boy. That might be helpful, so to be able to knock out something like the Shaman on the bench and take a couple prize cards.
Yeah, that would swing him forward a little bit, get some more resources through the prize cards, but
Yeah, being that both players are still 6 prize cards.
yeah.
So it looks like Ian just opts to take the Sky Return for 30 and bring up his Jolteon.
So giving Spencer free two prize cards. Two prize cards.
But Ian does have the Jirachi on the bench, which can be really helpful against Zoroark.
Yeah, it could give him enough time to give him enough stalling time to beat beat this. But I think if he were to do that, Spencer could just bring up something like Vespiquen with no energy on it, so it wouldn't prevent any damage.
But also, if he goes to Stardust, then if Spencer has an energy, he can still attack because of the Zoroark stand-in and retreat, or double stand-in.
No, it's Jirachi's only on. Jirachi affects itself,
Oh, okay.
so because it doesn't affect on. It's not an effect on Zoroark.
Oh, okay, so it's just the Jirachi. So he can. Okay, so he does go for the Jirachi, Stardusting, trying to burn out Spencer's resources. That could factor in being helpful. I'm not sure how many energies Spencer has left in his deck. But
Yeah.
it looks like he's actually going to go for the Sky Return here to preserve the energies. Since he can't do any damage, it's basically brings up one of his Shamans, which is great for him, so Ian can't Lysander them. And then also it recycles the DCE, so he still has the DCE in hand.
So the only way Ian can actually knock out these Shamans is with.
Ian actually goes for the Ninja Boy here.
Ooh, that could be pretty big.
If he has the DCE in hand, he can knock out the Shaman, but I'm not so sure, being that he burned so many at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Also, didn't he burn two double DCs?
I know he had burned at least
Oh, there
two.
it is.
Oh, but he has a DCE on his bench, Glaceon as well as his Jolteon. So those, besides those, there's no double colorless energy left in Ian Robb's deck.
Yeah. So it looks like Ian did get the knockout there, and this could bring him back. I'm not sure. It all depends on how much damage his Vespiquen is dealing.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how many Pokemon Spencer has in the discard. Typically, he'll go through before an attack, so we can see that. But yeah, right now Ian has the Jolteon going, and he's starting to get a Glaceon set up on the bench. However, he still cannot get that Vileplume out.
Yeah. Do we know how many Shamans Spencer is down?
Spencer's down, I believe, at least one.
Okay, that means he only has one left in his deck.
He only plays two?
He does only play two Shamans.
Yeah, the other one is in his hand right now. So, he goes for the Klefki here. I think he's just trying to burn some cards.
Yeah. Does not want to get milled.
Yeah, Spencer does not want to get milled out here. He definitely needs to start being aggressive. So
I can't tell if that is a low amount or how low Ian Robb's deck is.
yeah, I can't quite tell, being that they have it very straight and aligned.
Yeah.
But I know Spencer isn't doing too much with his Zoroark right now, being that Ian has preserved his a lot of his bench spots.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, now that that's out, Spencer only has one Shaman left, so it's going to be really hard for him to get damage against this Glaceon.
Actually, he can just, I think slowly but surely, he can just start Shaman setuping it.
That could work,
Sky Returning.
however, Ian is almost putting him on a timer, and he can't go into other Pokemon too much.
Oh yeah, do we know how much time is left in this round?
I believe they're probably about 15 to 20 minutes into the game.
15 to 20. Did you hear that sound?
Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, he's going for the Glaceon, definitely. So, yeah, Spencer can't hide behind another Pokemon and be Sky returning forever. And it's not like Ian's going to mention another Pokemon, because if he does, then Spencer will be able to Lysander around it.
Yeah. I do not believe Spencer does play an escape rope, because if so, he could go escape rope and then Lysander to possibly get the knockout on the Glaceon. But I'm not sure if he does.
Yeah, that could honestly be really helpful here. I don't think he would play an escape rope in this deck, though. Being that he has so many free retreat Pokemon.
True.
He would most likely just opt to play the Lysanders.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Spencer's list is, so, could be, might not be.
One thing we have to notice is that on Ian Robb's bench, there are only 3 total prize cards that can be taken.
And Spencer has 4 prize cards right now, so he's going to need to somehow knock out the Glaceon.
Ooh, and there's the Vileplume. It's finally.
Turn something. This is a time where you stop counting turns that it took to get the Vileplume out.
I think Ian actually does have a somewhat low amount. Oh, but Spencer has a lower amount.
It looks like Spencer has like 6 cards in deck.
Yeah.
That's going to be rough. At the beginning of this game, it was pretty lopsided in Spencer's favor, but Ian's starting to catch up here.
Ian's definitely catching up. This is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm not quite sure if Spencer can get around this.
I know he doesn't play Pokemon Ranger.
He does not play Pokemon Ranger in his list?
No, he does not.
Oh, that's going to be big.
Yeah, it will.
Well, with playtesting before the games, he would know that Ian and you were playing this deck, so I would have checked a Pokemon Ranger if I were him.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I'm pretty sure he didn't. But also, I know that. So, it's.
Yeah, it seems like Ian doesn't have a lot of cards in deck either, but I think Spencer has less, so Spencer would mill out first.
Statistically, he could still win this game by dealing enough damage, but I don't know if he's going to be able to.
Yeah, Spencer doesn't have a lot of outs to basic Pokemon. He only has that one Shaman left, and I don't think he plays Super Rod.
No, I do not think he does either.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely an uphill game for Spencer now.
He's slowly tacking on the damage. He only needs 3 more Sky Returns to knock out that Glaceon.
Oh, true. Or no, 2. Because Glaceon has 170 HP.
Yeah, and he has 160. I'm 100 on him.
110, so. He has 110. Oh, no, he has 100, sorry.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 3 more Sky Returns, and his Pokemon are starting to take a lot of damage, so I don't know if that's possible for him.
He's going to have to have one thing to knock. He's going to want a Lysander and something to knock out that Jolteon in his hand at the end of this.
Yeah, but the thing is, if a couple of his Pokemon have gotten knocked out from trying to hide behind them in Sky Return.
Oh, his Vespiquen's going to get very big.
Yeah, but still, a lot of his Pokemon might not be left, and I'm not sure how many DCE he has.
Well, he has 1 Vespiquen DC on that and that, so I am pretty he might be able to knock it out the Jolteon.
Yeah, it's definitely going to power up the Vespiquen toward the end of the game, but how many of his Pokemon will get knocked out during the process?
If he has Lysander, I think he's probably going to win this game. Oh, Olympia.
Oh, Olympia, that is big.
Oh, yeah. It slows him down a turn.
Or wait, no, I think he actually discarded the Olympia.
No, he played it.
Oh, and then he just retreated back from the Vileplume.
Yeah, so he can deal 30. No,
yeah,
I don't
know
think
Ian's list does play 2 Olympia for simply this period in the game.
Yeah, I think he might. If Spencer has N in his hand, he's going to still survive this. Oh, yeah, that'll be pretty big if he has N.
Yeah, that'll be big. How big is his hand? Looks pretty large, too, like 10 cards. So
yeah.
He'll definitely be able to survive some more turns. But the thing is, Ian's in big control here. If Spencer ends, he doesn't have a lot of outs to the Shaman.
And then he's just gonna knock this Glaceon out, and seems like he'll be in a pretty good position
Yeah.
because his Vespiquen looks like it's big enough to knock out any of his Pokemon.
Yeah, he just needs to get rid of that Glaceon. And the
I think-
Glaceon is one hit away from being knocked out now.
Yeah. One
I'm
good
not
hit.
sure if Ian has the Olympia or not.
Was that an Olympia, or was that a retreat?
No, he retreated.
Oh, he retreated.
He's going into the Regice now, even though...
Oh, paralysis.
Oh, he's going for the paralysis. Might be trying to stall out Spencer so he decks.
So
Spencer has 0 cards in deck,
Spencer does have a Lysander.
but he would need to play N in this situation.
Oh, it looks like he didn't have the N.
Looks like Spencer's just going to concede here, so I believe Ian Robb is taking game 1 of your senior finals matchup.
That's just pretty crucial, the game 1. Kind of surprised.
Yeah, but now Spencer can choose whether he wants to go first or not.
Ian did have an amazing start. The one,
Yeah, it's gonna be still a hard game for Spencer because he went first last game and he still couldn't pull it off.
Yeah. I think if Spencer wins this game, it's possible that Ian might dead draw because this does happen to the deck at some points.
Yeah, being that you've played it this whole tournament, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even though Spencer gets to go first, even if he is able to pull off this game against Ian, Ian will be able to go first game 3, which is going to be really, really hard for Spencer. If you watched the last game, you saw how hard it was when Spencer couldn't go first.
Well, we don't know. Well, Ian might not get the turn 1 Vital Bloom. It doesn't always happen. You don't.
The thing is, Ian might draw here. Do you see that shuffling method? He is just dropping them down here, and then he's putting them back together, so it's not shuffled up that well.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. It's not. It still does shuffle it up though, a good amount. So, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting whether Spencer can hit enough items and be able to burn them, whether he dead draws.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it looks like both players are just getting ready. I assume Spencer will be going first.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. Yeah. It's gonna come a lot down to what they start with.
Yeah.
If Ian can't get the turn 1 Vile Plume, then it's gonna be a pretty easy game for Spencer.
It is. One thing that's really tough for the Vileplume deck is if it starts with something that's not an attacking Pokemon and doesn't have free retreat and just doesn't hit a float stone.
Yeah.
It's very difficult because that means they have to waste one of their energy attachments.
Yeah, energy attachments are big for both these decks, being that they don't play too many, and each energy in each of these decks is very, very crucial.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
Ian doesn't look like he has a good hand.
He isn't looking confident right now, so.
I did not see any
It's actually not a bad start.
And a
Jirachi
Shaman
Oddish.
start.
Oh, Spencer with a lone Shaman start. That's going to be rough for him.
Well, he does play float stones.
True, true. How many Flowstones does he play, do you know?
I have to assume 2 or 3.
Yeah, I would assume 2 because of his Zoroarks.
Well, Floatstone works really well with him.
Yeah, true.
Because, like, if he had the Floatstone around it, he could have stand and retreated when he had paralysis.
Yeah, that would have been really helpful for him.
All right.
Yeah, switching cards can be very, very key in this matchup.
Oh, it does look like Ian does not have a dead hand. He has a Sycamore and a Shaman.
Spencer doesn't have a dead hand either.
Yeah.
His is pretty good. I mean, if he dropped an N, I assume he has something. Oh, yeah, he's just VSC going for the N and playing it.
All right.
He has started to get a Zorua set up, but I think because of that, Ian will try and try and play the minute amount of possible bench Pokemon. Yeah, so he's going to try and play as little bench Pokemon as possible here.
Yeah, so it does not look like Spencer's actually going to have to attach a Floatstone to the Shaman because Ian's not going to does not look like he's going to push through any damage.
Yeah, Ian's deck does not put a lot of pressure on the first turn.
Yeah, so other than like Vileplume, that's the only pressure it really has.
Yeah. An interesting strategy for Ian that might be in this game, if he can't get a lot of Pokemon out, he could possibly just try and Jirachi all of Spencer's energies without milling too much. That is a possible way to win this match.
It is. I know.
But then
Well,
they
he does
wouldn't.
play Special Charge.
Spencer plays Special Charge?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be really helpful. But if Ian can get the Vileplume out, Special Charge really isn't going to matter that much.
Yeah, true.
Unless
true.
Spencer plays Hex. I think I saw one Hex in his deck. It might have been in Ian's deck, but...
I don't think he has it.
Yeah, but, yeah, Spencer, it'll be... The Special Charge could be a big effect here. But, so, let's see. He is attaching the Bursting Balloon to the Zorua, however. I'm not quite sure why. It might just be to prevent the Jirachi from going for the Stardust turn 1.
That could be true. Also, the if he does have a Shaman in hand that he does not want to play this turn.
Yeah, but if Ian did go for that Stardust on the Zorua first turn, it would make him kind of desperate.
It would.
He probably wouldn't have a decent draw supporter. So, looks like he's dropping some stuff here. I'm not sure how many Pokemon Spencer has in the discard.
I'm not sure either. I did not see many discarded, if not
Yeah.
any. I think.
And he didn't. I don't think he played as many item cards as he would like to.
Yeah, I think
Especially
if Ian
playing
gets
against
if
Vileplume.
Ian gets his turn 1 Vileplume, I'm pretty sure Spencer
I'm
might be.
definitely favoring Ian if he gets the turn 1 Vileplume.
Yeah, because Spencer looks like he would like to play some more items. Could be wrong here, but
Yeah, possibly. Let's see. So Ian's dropping quite a few items too.
he is.
It's not only Spencer that wants to drop his items, but it's also Ian because he's going to play. If he gets the Vileplume out, he shuts off himself. Not only Spencer, but himself as well.
Something pretty crucial here is that he attached the DC to the Eviltal and did not wait to put it on the Glaceon.
Technically, though, he could Ninja Boy the Eviltal into Glaceon.
Oh, true.
It looks like he's just Spencer, like either Spencer Shaman here. He's Shaman for 6. He grabbed the Trainer's Mail. I'm not quite sure what he's gonna grab on this though. It looks like
I saw
I'm not
2
quite
trainers,
sure.
I believe.
I don't know if I saw any items. So let's see. It looks like I can't quite tell. I think he's just gonna fail it here. Yeah, he's just gonna fail it
Yeah.
and play an Ultra Ball of his own.
I think one of them might have been a forest, so he just doesn't want that in his hand.
Yeah. He
The
doesn't
Ultra
want useless cards stuck in his hand, especially when it comes to dead drawing.
He Ultra Balled for another Shaman, which
That
means
might not be good if Spencer can Lysander around it.
especially
now that
with his
means
Zork.
now that means if Ian gets Glaceon out, then Spencer will be able to Lysander around taking 6 prize cards.
Yeah.
Unless there's Sky Return outs.
He just Ultra Balled away an Olympia and a Ninja Boy, which is pretty key. He does get the Vileplume out, though.
Yeah, it was a big risk. It might be a big reward later in game, but we're not quite sure yet.
He does not actually have... His hand is Olympia, Rainbow Energy, and one other card. It might be N.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Oh, he did have a Sycamore. So.
Spencer did have the Sycamore here. It looks like he has only 3 Pokemon in his discard, though. That's going to be rough if he wants to attack with Vespiquen.
Yeah.
Looks like he's just going to drop the Unknown here. He has a Bursting Balloon in hand. I'm not quite sure if he wants to play it, though. But the Vettel might be a threat, so I might play it if I were him.
Oh, yeah. Something that could be smart is he could Mind Jack this Jirachi and Bursting Balloon the Zork to kind of keep the Eviltal away.
Yeah, then he could possibly even go for... then he would definitely get like the first attack off on the Yveltal, which is really helpful.
Yeah, it all depends if he can set up another attacker this turn.
Yeah, that's really the big key. He does have the Combi, though, with the DC.
Oh, wait, he can't play the Bursting Balloon.
Oh, yeah, he can't play the Bursting Balloon because of this. And he doesn't even go for the stand-in Mind Jack here. He's just going to leave the Jirachi there.
Wait, did he pass?
Yeah, he passed. It's Ian's turn now.
Oh. Well, I did see Spencer had an Lysander.
Okay, yeah, that could be really helpful, but You might want to just knock out the Jirachi now. Well, he might have been also trying to keep the Yveltal away so he would get the first attack on it.
Ooh.
But he can't one-hit the Yveltal this turn because Ian didn't put down that 5th Pokemon on his bench.
So I see a Versus Seeker, a Lysand. I see a whole bunch of items in Spencer's hand.
Yeah. Here's a hit. Oh, yeah, that's a handful
Ooh.
of items.
Stalling it out.
That's exactly what I had against Ian earlier in this tournament, so.
Ian looks like he's in a pretty good position.
Usually you want item cards, but against Vileplume, you're just hoping they're in your discard. But Spencer has not burned through a lot of resources. He still has a lot of resources left in this matchup.
Well, a lot of those resources are items, though.
True, but he also he doesn't have any DCs in his discard.
Yeah.
So since he still has he has 2 DCs on the field, so unless they're prized, he still has 2 in his deck.
Both of these players are going to be invited to the
Orlando ARG.
the Invitational.
And I assume both players will get their Worlds invites this year as well. So
I don't know. It might be tough for them because of the 500 points.
yeah.
But I don't know. Spencer does have the lead for getting up 8 at Worlds and gets
Oh
some
my
free
gosh, Ian
championship
just had
points.
to attach the Vileplume.
And pass.
That's
oh, because he doesn't have a
rough.
float stone.
Yeah, he can't play the Float Stone.
Yeah.
And since AZ rotated, there's really no outs for him.
Yeah, that's why the deck plays Olympia.
Yeah. Yeah, I just realized that. Yeah, so, he does opt to take a DC and the Water Energy to retreat the Vileplume.
Spencer is just setting up right now.
Yeah, but Ian does opt to go for the Y Cyclone, and he puts the DCE on the Shaman. That might be an interesting move, because Spencer's deck is one that Shaman loops more than Ian's deck. But Ian might just want to be getting his Shamans off the bench spot, so Spencer can't Lysander knock them out.
Yeah, so he has a big Mind Jack there. It's not knockout, but it's pretty close.
It's 130, which puts Ian's Yveltal at only 30 HP left.
And there is the knockout.
And he attaches another Rainbow, so it's down to 20. But he does get the knockout onto that Vespiquen.
His bench has no
Zoroark,
space for
sorry.
Glaceon right now.
Oh yeah, his bench has no space for Glaceon now, but I believe he does play Ninja. He might have a Ninja Boy left in his deck.
True. I know he discarded at least one, but he does get the knockout there.
Yeah, the knockout's really important right now. But now the prize card matchup is 3-4, being that Spencer just knocked out that Yveltal.
So I think Spencer just needs another attacker here. I know he does have Zoroark and DC in his hand, so if he tops the decks to Zorua, that would not be bad.
He has one more Combi on the bench, but he doesn't have a lot of other outs. And his Eevee, he doesn't evolve into an attacker.
Zora.
Oh, he gets the Zorua here.
And there is a Glaceon on the bench, though, so we will have to watch out for that.
Yeah, or he could also try and Lysander it before it gets set up. How many Pokemon does he have in his discard now? I don't think he has enough Pokemon to Lysander one-shot that Glaceon. But
No, definitely not.
Oh,
the Vespiquen is getting knocked out here.
He opts to just attack the Jolteon. I don't know if he had Lysander, but yeah, the Glaceon is going to take that knockout on the Vespiquen. Spencer just has to bring up that Eevee that evolves into the Vaporeon that is not very helpful in this matchup.
Mostly for the Volcanion EX. And do we know the time left on this?
It's most likely about 15 minutes, possibly 20.
15 minutes. Ooh, that's not too long.
Yeah, since Ian took game 1, this might honestly not be finished. Plus,
Spencer just concedes.
Yeah.
He knows he can't win.
Ian just takes this game. And so Ian Robb is your ARG Springfield, Massachusetts Senior Division Champion. Congrats to Ian, but Spencer played a great game as well.
Yes, he did. Spencer came in second, I think.
Out of 12, so.
12. And then Wyatt got...
Oh, yeah, congratulations to Wyatt Harris as well, who had made top 4 on seniors.
And then I got the other spot.
Yep. So that is your senior division top 4, and congrats to everyone who made it. Everyone played a great game.
All right.